So real quickly, what I want to do here in this video is show how you can use the checklist feature inside of Sakai's lessons area. So I'm going to be showing this with Sakai 12.2, although I think the checklist feature is functionally available, I think in Sakai 11 and definitely in 12.1 or 12.2. And right now I'm logged into a course site as the instructor. And I've got several things that have already been added in through here, as you can see. And what I really want to do is I want to use the add checklist function to allow students to self-monitor the things that I need them to remember. Do these things when or by the time you finish the lesson, you should be done with these things. And so it should allow students to see that they've done something and then check it off. Now I will tell you that from a design standpoint, it's important for you to refer to things on the checklist in some sort of consistent and congruent fashion for the things you have listed on the page. So for example, if you have them going through and watching a video, then when you list out the things you want them to accomplish, if one of the things they need to do is the video, you need to make sure you list that that is the thing that is on the page. So let me just show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually add this checklist to the bottom. We're going to go up to the add content area here and use that drop menu, and inside here we're going to go to the add checklist area. A new window will open that allows us to sort of customize what the checklist is going to be called, including giving it a checklist title. You can also give it a checklist description, and then you can go through and you can start adding items to the checklist. And we're just going to call this sample, let's see here, sample checklist, just so you can see what it looks like. And then you could put, we'll not hide the name, but we'll put a description here of the list. And then we're going to go ahead and add items. So we're just going to add these really innocuously. So item 1, and then we'll add another item, and item 2, and we have item 3, and so on and so forth. And so we can keep going here and adding almost as many items as needed. And you could probably add these anywhere on the page. I've elected to add these items in a single place on the bottom of the page, but you could also use lessons columns feature to sort of add it to the right side or somewhere else in the layout of the unit. You've also got some appearance options down here where you can set the indent level and you can apply some custom CSS if you want to. For now, I'm just going to sit down here and we're going to hit the save button. And once we've hit the save button, because this is the item that I'm adding last on the page, we won't see it right at the very top of the page when the page refreshes. But when we get to the very bottom of the page, we're going to end up seeing that that checklist is there all the way at the bottom. So we'll scroll down here, and we'll be able to see that checklist, and there's that checklist there. What I want to do now is I want to switch over to see what that looks like from the student's perspective. And so I've got another browser window here in the same course. So we'll get over to that course site and we'll look to see what that looks like from the student's perspective. Now I'm using a different browser window and I'm logged into the same instance of Sakai. And it's taking a little bit here to load. My internet connection might be a little slow. We're going over here. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong course. Hold on. Make sure I'm in the right course site. That's that site there. Let me go over here and we'll get in there. So here we are. So we're going to go to the same lesson. So that was, I think the lesson was called Lesson 2. And then you'll be able to see what the page looks like and how students engage with that particular page based on how the checklist function works. And just while that pulls up here, well, there we go. So we're going to see the same page, the same layout. You've got the stuff that's up here. You've got several items along the page. They're kind of taking a little bit to load. But as we scroll down here, you're going to see that we still have that checklist area here. And as I just kind of hover over these, you can see that it sort of suggests that I can check those items there if I wanted to. And so for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to check off that first item there. It does a little thing here that shows us the status, and it says the save is successful for that item. Now what we want to do is, having done that, let's go back and see what that looks like for the instructor. So we'll go ahead and reload this page, just like if we're coming to the page and sort of seeing how things are working. And the nice thing about the checklist feature is that it provides some feedback. It provides an opportunity for students to self-monitor about what things they say they have finished, but also provides that level of feedback and information to the instructor. So as we come back down here to the sample checklist area, we've got a standard set of add content item buttons where we can add, trash, and edit. But we've also got this item here that allows us to view sample checklist progress. I called the checklist sample, but it would be whatever it's called. So I'm going to select this. And it'll open the new page, and it should show me some of the feedback based on the students that are in the course about what items those students have said that they have checked off. And so here we have the description of the list like we've already designed, and then we also have the fact that student 1 has said that they have finished item 1, whatever item 1 happens to be, and you've got your little key up here. So the nice thing about this is it provides some mechanism for self-monitoring of students, but it also provides a mechanism for instructors to be able to see what does that look like from the context of which numbers of students have said that they have finished which items in a lesson page or in a unit or a week, depending upon how you organize that stuff. Now the other thing is too, is if you want to modify this, you could go right back over here and use your edit button here. And the edit button is just going to simply take you back to the same sample checklist area where you can scroll down through and you can modify those things as you see fit. So that's the checklist function inside of Sakai's lessons area, and this is Sakai 12.